All right. Welcome back to our lessons. Good morning, all. This is week 3, day 1, and the topic of discussion is retrieving information from table. Before starting or venturing into this new topic, already an assignment was given to you last week. Some were able to solve part of it, while others are still having issues in it. And this is the assignment. You are asked to get data from internet that was 500,000 records. You are asked to push it into Excel and push data into TXT file. There were complaints that data could not be gotten from internet, and we distributed a coronavirus pandemic data, which is being retrieved or extracted from WHO's website. So this is the question, that you should create a database, and this is the data already. We have it here in Excel, and we have it in TXT file. Look at it here. This data was lot of this. It hasn't finished, but that of Excel could be seen. You can view that of Excel by going or selecting. It is around 900 plus. $900,000 rows. Look at it. This is the end of it. 916,801. But it's actually 800 because it started from the first column or the first row was given a caption for the column. So it is 916,800. So we ask you to you see, this is almost a million a row. So if you're asked to insert this data into DB, actually no one will allow you to use your hands, because you could create issues, mistakes and all that. Since it is in electronic format, you don't have to rewrite. You only load it from TXT. That's the reason why we should push it to TXT and use MySQL to Excel, the API, and push it to the database. So now let's go to the database. We wanted to solve it, so we use it for the querying, retrieval of information, which is today's lesson. So first of all, we create database. I created the database before, and then I drop it. I want us to do it together. Create database. Corona DB. Database created. You can show if you want to see it. Show databases. Everyone is familiar with this, right? So Corona, this is the database here. So then we create a table. Let's use this TXT file to create a table. Let's create a table that will tally with the database we have. So we go by this, okay? I started creating the table, and I've written create table coronavirus cases. That's the table name, right? Serial number, which is this. SN int auto incremental primary key, right? Then comma, then the next what? The next column, ISO code. So let's take it as it is, ISO code. Then comma, continent, right? You say? Okay, Baka, thank you. The domain name. So if you look at the data, you understand what it is storing. Baka, let's go by 64. Let me copy this so we don't keep writing Baka 64. Okay, so we have continent. continent, right? Is it correct?
Yes.
Then Vaka 64. Next is what? Location. Vaka 64, right? Next is date. Date, and we have date as what? As a type, right? Then next is what? Total cases. Total underscore cases. These total cases, I will suggest we use double so you don't run into issues. You can use int, but if you look at the data, let's just scroll down and see. Okay, you can use int. It is int. But things like this one here, you're supposed to use what? Double, so you don't have issues. Okay. So let's use int. Okay, comma. Next is what? New cases. Same thing, right? Int total. Of course, total. There is nothing like 0.5 days. It has to be int. It's like somebody wants to add. In what? Yes, but it's not in these columns. It's in these columns. Total cases per million. All right. Total death. Modified.
Like example keywords like that.
You say?
Example keyword like this. It's just like as this now you have specified. Can you do it?
I didn't get you.
Like in Java, if you are using for, you can use it as another name for variable.
Okay. Of course, I understand what you mean. Yes, let's. Of course, it is a keyword. It is a keyword. Let's say case date. I didn't test it whether I don't know whether it will work. Since it's a keyword, you are not supposed to use it. You can say no, that one is not. It's bath. Then you use text. Okay. Thank you so much. Total death. Total death is what? It's also int, right? Since we said total, and then there's nothing like 0.5 death. And then total cases per million. Okay, there's new death before you write it. New death. Okay, int. Then total. I'll abbreviate this. Total cases. Let me say -p-m. Okay, per million, right? And what is it? Double. Comma. New cases. New cases per million. Okay. It is also double because, of course, you should expect a kind of double number here. Okay. Where are we? New cases per what? Million. Then total deaths per million and new deaths per million, right? Total death per million. So it is what? Double. And new death per what? Per million. Okay. So let's confirm what we have. Double, right? Dates. We have. Which of the date are you talking of? Okay, let me just go through it from the beginning. So please, when we want to talk, you you make your inputs. This serial number, the very first one, right?
Yes.
Please let's count how many columns do we have. A to M.
13.
13.
13.
Are you sure?
Yes.
All right, 13. So the first one here we have serial number. The next one is ISO code. The next is continent, location, case. Okay, cases. Is this where you're talking?
No.
Then we have total cases. Then we have what? New cases. Then we have total death,
Yes.
new death, total case. Then new. Okay, there's no S here.
No. Total dates.
There is S.
Yes, there is.
Thank you. And then new death.
Yes.
Good. So let's see. Then we're going to copy it and paste into the. Okay, we have to make it active coronavirus, Corona DB. Good. So then it has changed to that. It made it active. Then you paste and then press enter. We have a problem somewhere near total death. So let's check. Total death, near total death. Where is it? Near total death per million. Okay, let me check from here. Total death per million. Total. You say? Okay, instead, thank you. Instead of just leaving the comma to come after the domain name, after the domain, that is the type. Okay, so I'll right click and paste. All right, we're done. We're good to go now. So let's describe corona. Okay, let's show tables. Okay, so this is our table name and the only one. So you can now describe. Right? It's correct, right? Okay. So let's try loading first of all. Let's load from before going to the Excel API, MySQL to MySQL from Excel. Let's load it. I have mine stored here. Here, this is it. Corona 2020 TST. So I would like to have the location here. If I just supply it like this, okay, Corona 2020. Of course, it will try to open it. Already, it has been opened already. So we load it from here. We now say load what? Load data. Oh, forgotten the. Yeah. Let's confirm it, please. Local data in file, of course. Okay, load data local in file, not local data in file. Load data local in file. Corrections here. Okay, because Windows understand the backward slash and MySQL understand forward slash. So at the end of it, you supply the name of the table, which is what? Corona cases. Sorry, later we'll discuss it. So then you press correspond near MySQL for syntax use at line 1.
That's naming our columns. If you didn't, I think if you didn't tally with the original table.
No, it's correct. Okay, let me rewrite. All right, so this is now what you're talking of. It's talking about the table. Corona case doesn't exist. What have we named it, please? Corona cases. Thank you. Syntax the near what? We're still having issues. Anyway, let me just copy this table name so it doesn't give us issues. Is it not? Just copy it. That's why sometimes I don't want to use longer string while naming a table. So that means it started working. So let's wait and see. It has finished. Please read what is there. How many rows affected? 916. There are some kind of warnings, okay? So let's check the table, please. It skipped one. And the warnings are these. So you see, if you select, okay, that means you have to wait. You have to keep looking at it. There are many, okay? We can't continue to look at them this way. So we can press Ctrl C. It will terminate the listening. But then it tells you the number of rows here. Can you see number of rows here? But do you know we can count, if you can recall what we have done today? Alright, so let's start following what we've done, right? So now we have solved that problem. This problem has been solved. Okay? So let me close it. Please do that of Excel. Anyway, maybe we'll practice that of Excel. That's the second question. Okay, and then we ask you to compare the two. System of loading, you compare them. Which is more optimized? Can you recall anyway, I think we'll have to load it again because we can't retrieve what we have from the top here. So we have table here. I want us to delete it and then load again. Do you understand? It's part of what we have discussed today. deleting of our table or what? Truncating and all that. So I'll suggest we truncate, so it doesn't take time. And this is the table name, so you can just truncate the table. You can truncate. It has truncated how many? The number of rows. You see, this is the number of rows truncated. That means some of the rows are not there. It hasn't entered all. There are some with cases. So this is the reason why if you are programming, if writing, you're not expected to just write from the server like this. Supply this command from for example, if you are using Java from host language, supply it and put it inside try catch. So if there is problem, it tells you that so row has not been copied. Are we understanding? Yes. So let me recall our command and insert again. Are we there? Yes. So it is inserting. It is loading from where? From table. Of course, it is faster than loading from, because it doesn't take up to a minute. And it finished loading. Look at it. You see the number of seconds it has taken to load around 1 million data, 1 million rows of data into table. Are we understanding? Yes. But then you have to take care of those cases. Those cases that were not, or those rows that were not unable, they were not able, in which the system is not unable to load. Probably there is a problem within the row or something. So when you do it this way, this only gives you warning. It gives you warning of 65,535. These are warnings. It tells you that this much number of rows, probably they were not being inserted. So programming language will now come into helping you here by by using try catch. It tells you specifically what happened. So you have to go and check your data and do something. Are we there? Okay, you want to dump this out? Yes, you can dump it now. It all depends what you are doing. It depends what you are doing. It depends on the business logic. Close the door, please. It depends the business logic you're doing. It depends what you are doing. You see, whenever you are working on a production environment, you have to be very careful. You have to be extra careful, because each and every data count, each and every row count, each and every column count. There's no way you will be asked to transfer data from one medium to another medium, or from one storage system to another storage system, and you end up copying portion of it. Then you haven't done the work. That's the reason why embedding this within the host language, the programming language will help you to figure out things. So if you put inside try catch and finally blocks, so try catch, the catch will give you the reason why this happened or something. Okay, so somebody just came in now, and I don't know. Let me just quickly give you. Please quickly browse on this. Quickly browse on this. Read it. You ask to search the data in the internet and get data from internet that was up to this 500,000 records. And then we ask you to push it into Excel and put some into TXT file. So from Excel you can save to TXT, okay? Or from TXT you can store into Excel if you know how to do this operations. And after you do that, we ask you to create a database. When you create a database that tallies with the data you have at hand, and then we ask you to load from Excel. And second question says, number C says you should load from TXT file. And then when you are done with that, then you compare how optimized and efficient the two are. Give us in terms of speed, and let us know in terms of reliability of the transfer. I'm transferring, files from local TXT file into MySQL. How reliable? Are you able to copy all the files? Are there any issues? And then that of Excel to MySQL. Have you encountered any problem, any issue, or are you able to copy all? So from there you know the best method to be used. You understand? We shall do the other part. So this is the question, and then we were able to scrap some data. We get some data from WHO that runs about 900 plus rows, 916,801 number of rows. So then we created data here. Now since you're here, let me truncate the table. Let me truncate. This table contains data, but I will truncate it. I truncated it. You see what I was able to truncate? 900 and what? But that means number of about 65,000 are not there. So those warnings are giving us what? The warnings that those rows were not entered, which is of course a problem. You have to check. You cannot truncate, even if it is one single row. So for you to load data, we have it here in our TXT file, and I copied the. You know how to copy this? I copied the what? The path from here, and
how do you copy?
what is it? Somebody is asking question. Okay, let me show you how to copy path. This is how it was. Okay. See, all right. I browsed the folder, which is export, and then this is the what? This is the file that contains almost a million. So I click on this. I want to copy. When I do this, it pulls out all the number of all the files name, right? But I know my file name begins with Corona. So this is what I have, Corona cases, okay? It tries to open it, but that's not what I wanted. Please. So go back there, you see the name, path, already for you. You don't have to rewrite, okay? So I copy it, and then I'm going to enter the command here that says load into, let me erase this. What does the command says? Load data local in file in one word, then your path. Go ahead, we'll come back because you copied the path, okay, into table, then the table name. So come down here, let me paste the path I've copied. The reason why we copied this path is that we don't want to be writing it ourselves, and there could be errors. Okay, so this now, I told you Windows understand backslash and MySQL understand / to specify between the directory and subdirectory and child directory, parent directory, and all that. Then this is our table name. I'll also copy it because this command worked correctly. Okay, I copied it. So I will move down there and I will right click and paste. When I paste, then I will terminate. Okay, so then I'll press enter. So it started loading. It is loading from where? From the local file, right? Local TXT file. It started. It is still loading. Let's wait for it. The other time, You see, it's like it is optimizing, or sometimes it is not. It's fluctuating. It all depends what it was able to copy, right? Because this one, it finishes at 15 seconds, and it's same thing. It copied, same thing. So you see, these are the copied data. Okay, this is the record you supplied, but these are the warnings we had here, 65,535, and this also the warning. But then it was able to finish within here. It all depends maybe with the kind of process that is running in your system and the system capacity and whatever. So then, now let's now see. This has been done, right? Okay. So let's now see what we have. When I select this way, I selected all, right? It will keep moving because the data is very it's large, because 900,000 rows. You see, we can't wait for it to finish, right? So let's say if you press Ctrl C, it cancels it. It cancels the root A. What is this? Let me exit. CD /. CLS CD /CLS. I can enter into this via command prompt, right? We all know this, right? ASH this. All right. So use Corona DB. Okay. Show tables, and this is it, right? So here, this time around, I'm not going to select, but I will count the number of rows we have in there. Hey, what is it? I have only one row. What happened?
Because we terminated it before it finished processing.
No. Okay, I was the one who made a mistake. Select that is from here. I'm sorry.
Yes.
This is what we have, right?
Yes.
But then it's telling us that it's up to the number of. So if you want to understand what it is, you can export it and review the exported version of it. I think by tomorrow we shall start using MySQL Workbench. Please search if you can install MySQL Workbench. Install it because it is due. It helps in handling large data, because this is a CLI something. That one is due. MySQL Workbench. It will connect to our server and we'll begin to write query from there. Okay? If it is there, we would have checked from MySQL Workbench. Please install in your systems. So let's go by today's something. Today we really wasted time. I don't know. In fact, this video will be very lengthy. The video will be lengthy. So let's quickly do something here, please. Okay, we've done selection. You can select columns, you can select all that. All these are known, right? We understood all this. This is how to load data, please. This is page 14. All of this has been sent to you. And then now, let's search. You know, these cases, we have a lot of cases. I think Nigeria is among, right? Africa? It's not among?
It should be.
There is. What should we say Nigeria is not there? Is there any data in the world in which Nigeria will not be found? All right. So let's check from our database here. Can we check all records of Nigeria regarding corona cases? That's the question we wanted to ask ourselves. So how do we do so? This time around, we're going to select. You see, these are the columns we have. Please, before we do this selection, let's check on the columns we have here. Let's see the structure. This is the structure, right? So we can select some columns here. We only want to see the ISO code SN, ISO code, continent, and location, please. Okay. So select. You know, you don't select all data, please, unless if necessary. For simplicity, you select the most important part, unless if it is specified. Or you select only what you want. Do not waste your memories. Continent, is it correct?
Total deaths also.
Huh?
Total deaths.
Look, you're supposed to have solved these yourselves. Yes, this is it. Where is total death? From what?
Corona cases.
Corona cases. As a table, right?
Yes.
And then you terminate, then we press enter.
Where location is continent.
Don't worry. It begins to give us a lot of things, right? So I truncated. So let's put condition, please. Where? Location is equals to
Nigeria.
You can put in double quote or any. Look at how, is this true? Number of cases. Is it cases or death?
Number of deaths.
But I told you I was able to get only 55,000 rows, and I keep duplicating the data. Understand? So this might not give you the correct corona cases. We're not giving you correct things here. But then we'll only use it for showcasing some kind of techniques here we're dealing with. 57,028.
Can we select this thing?
Huh? Sorry, 5,728, right?
Yes.
5,728. If you select this thing, what are you expecting to see? You see only one, NGA and what? Alright? That's what you see. Anyway, let's select this thing. Huh?
Let's sum the deaths.
Yes, of course, we can sum the dates. The number of deaths.
Yes.
Do you understand what he means?
Yes.
At every day, this day, for example, 907451, this row, this is the day. This is the death, right? 506, right?
Yes.
So if you want to sum the dates, you only introduce the sum as what? If you come over here, this way, you can just allow this as it is. Okay? Then you introduce another column. Allow it this way, comma, and then you say sum into this. Okay, we have to do group by. Of course, if you want to do summation, this is aggregation. So we can now say group by location. Okay, but this, if you want to do this, then you have to select for. Do not put Nigeria. You allow all cases of all the entire nation. So it gives you Nigeria. For Nigeria, for anywhere column Nigeria is, it will sum it up, and then you see only one. Do we understand?
Yes.
So don't supply this, please. Instead of saying where, you now say group by. Group by what? Location. You see, you can say, because if you say group by location, in location, that's what? That's country, right?
Yes.
But then we have continent. Sorry, let me reduce the font size here. Actually, when dealing with very large data, MySQL clients, MySQL Workbench is the best. So it gives you everything at a glance. I've removed my MySQL Workbench. I have to install it maybe between today and tomorrow. Well, if that is the case, let me allow it to run the way it was running then, because it is more visible, right? Okay, so this, it gives you the group by. Let's reduce the number of rows here. Let me increase it so we can see what I'm doing. Let me see 36. Maybe this will work. So let's reduce the number of columns here. Even the date itself, let me remove it so you can see things the way they are supposed to be. Location, maybe ISO code, we don't need it, we need continent. Okay, so this is it. Please look at it, Nigeria. You see, it couldn't write at the against it. You know, if you write more than, when it exceeded the columns, it will go back to and start again from another row. So let me remove this ISO, please. Oh, this, let me just say total. So total what? Depth. Okay, you see what I was trying to do? Please look at it. This is what we have. Serial number. So if you, let's check Nigeria here, please. Let's check for Nigeria. This is Nigeria, right? So this number of death. It will group all cases. You see all Nigeria only once, and then it will group the cases or the death. This is Niger. Look at it. Niger. That's Niger. Okay. New Zealand. There are some with 0, like this. New what? Is it Caledonia or what? There are some countries you don't even know. Namibia is 0. Okay. So this group by, you're grouping some categories into something here. So I think that is all. Selecting particular rows, all that have been done, and we count it. So you can as well count from what you have. Already it has, since you said group by and you did total, so you don't need to do any counting here. You see, you could be asked to do a lot of things in a single data given to you, in a single set of data. Sorting rows, page. Please read all these things. Date calculations. Okay, we started date calculations, right? I think there's something here I want us to discuss. Okay, order by. Like this very one. Look at how it was arranged. Afghanistan, it started with A. So this was done by the system itself. But what if we want to rearrange based on continent? You see, based on continent, it is not really. Are we there? So then you now say what? Order by continent. So continue with something here. Then you order by continent. Thank you. Order by continent. So you see continent. Now since you said order by continent, that means you're laying emphasis on the continent, not the location. So it started with Africa. Okay. So you see now Nigeria wasn't listed around here before. It started with Africa. We'll be here then. We'll be around here, right?
Yes.
And then Asia and all that. You understand? And this you started. It gives you in descending order. Okay. If you need ascending, then you say what? Ascending. Ascending. Then you begin. Okay, it was ascending, right?
Yes.
So let's do descending. It's starting from A to Z. Let's start from Z to A. Descending. So you see, Africa is now at the bottom, and South Africa, all that. If there was Z, something, there wasn't any content like Z. But if it was location, then New Zealand start from N. So let's do it with location and descending instead of continent. Location. You see? Now the emphasis is there, and it started with Zimbabwe, okay, and Zambia, and what? But then if you make it ascending, then it will start with things that started with A. Ascending. So let's see. Afghanistan, Albania, all that, all right? So, we have a lot of things. Please go through it. Maybe from here, did calculate. Actually, what I had wanted you to do is to be reading these things. So when we come, just discuss on minor issues, because I want us to finish these by maybe next week. So we begin something. But yet there are things we haven't touched. Please read this date calculation. We have done it with you. Read it. Go through date calculation. Maybe by next class we begin. Okay, we haven't discussed this working with null, right? Working with null here. So please do it.